Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Is everyone doing great? Good morning. Good morning, Zarabayat. How are you doing, my friend? It's been a long time to read your name since the previous venture up. So, how is everyone doing today, guys? Are you having a good time so far? Let's just give it a 1 minute before we start it. We are waiting the live stream to go through the other platform we are streaming. So let's just be patient. Nick, how are you? And thanks for your kind email the other day. Really appreciate it. So Marvi said, good morning, Theo. Congrats on the Euro New Zealand trade. Wow. Thank you, guys. It's that's what trading needs to be. You really, at the end of the day, trading, it's all about having a plan and trade your plan. I will repeat that later on, but let's just get started now with by analyzing. Let's start with the German 40 today. Every day we start with the dollar index. Why not to start with the German 40? So what do we see here? As I mark on the chart, we have a series of higher highs, higher lows. This is clearly in an uptrend, so I'm looking to find any kind of pullback, and I want to buy targeting this resistance zone, or at least squeeze a good reward to risk. Rock said, good morning, sir. Good morning, Rock. So that's the pretty much that's the analysis for the DAX. It's nothing fancy. Price, it's in an uptrend. If you want, when the London open, and we're going to see some extreme volatility coming in the market. Let's do the hourly chart analysis. Here it's a support, trend line support. That's an upward 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. So this T1, it's an upward tentative and not valid trend line. So it's still a trend line. If the price will retest this area, maybe we're going to see some move to the upside. Is it clear? Seems arrived late from KL. Camille said, coming. Hope I'm not late. No, you're not late. It looks like it take a couple of minutes, to be honest. Okay, maybe 5 for the trading live platform to start the streaming, but that's okay as long as we are here and we can do our analysis. RW asks, hey, ready for course? I'm afraid that I'm not ready for the course yet. Dana said, so right now we are still have some trades set up on the pair. Yes, that's correct. Wong Chun said, seems arrived late. Let's move on. WTI, what's happening with the crude oil? We had this market structure previously. Series of lower lows and lower highs, and the price now it start around this area here. a very strong bearish engulfing, retested this resistance at the previous high. So we expect the price to move lower now. Gold. Yesterday we were looking for more bullish on the lower time frames, more bullish momentum. The price retraced backward, but okay, that's what to do. On the hourly chart, let's see if there is a pattern that can be drawn. Okay, so we can check the channel maybe. Wow, channel fitted really well. So here is the pattern. Price touched 4 times. 4 times at the channel at this point here. There. So a channel can be drawn. Now if price breaks above the downward trend line, then we might gonna see continuation. But if price reject the downward trend line again, because the current momentum is to the upside, we don't know how far it will go. It might gonna retest the return line of the channel line of the channel. That's what we call return line, and it might push higher. So but because the current momentum is to the upside, if the price will reject the trend line here, I repeat that again, we don't know how much it will move lower. Is that clear, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any observations? Any comments? Please type them on the chats. Nam said can't wait to join it. Tiffany about the course. Tiffany said I'm late again. That's all right. Couple of minutes, not the end of the world. Hunter said gold is making a very clear bearish flag pattern. Yep. Guys, I would like to ask you, I'm thinking to start these webinars, let's say at 9:15 or 9:30 instead of 9 a.m. Does this is this better for you? I just like to gather some comments on that. So please, when you want, before the end of this webinar, if you kindly write something, I will appreciate it. So because seriously, I'm thinking to start them at, let's say 9, let's say 15 past 9 or 9:30. I just want to see how it's gonna also be beneficial for you. Guys, the course, it has, I still need time to make the course because it's not the only project I have now. I'm working on with few other important projects at the same time, so it's a little bit of time management at the end of the day. Next one, let's check the DAX, the dollar index. I'll take you back on the weekly chart because I understand that nobody was expecting that price exactly at this level that I pointed from last week, that the price will at least start the retracement. I'm not saying that I have that crystal ball in front of me and I touch it and I understand where the market is gonna hit and when the market it's gonna move. Okay, so please understand that this is purely from technical analysis as I read the markets. On the weekly chart, price broke its structure. It was moving in a series of lower highs and lower lows. It made a new high, and after that I drove from the swing low of the weekly to the swing high of the weekly, the fib tool, and I found the levels of 0.5 and 0.61.618. Therefore, we use them as a strong areas that price might gonna react. When price tested this 50 fib zone, 50 level, it made a move to the upside, but then the downtrend continue. The same can happen here, right? It reaches the 61.8 and then it move upward. Now, what's the important thing? It's not, and please pay attention to that and try to understand it. When we identified a level that can act as support, let's say on the dollar index, it doesn't mean we have to go and trade on the majors, try to trade the majors based on something that we just spot on the dollar index. If we realize that there is a possible swing low here that is forming, then knowing we are in a downtrend, we might want to just stop buying the majors. That's all what we want. And at this point here yesterday, to be honest, after I saw this, and we were live, we were doing this webinar, I was thinking why to start to keep buying the Aussie, the euro, unless we need to see some clarity on the dollar index that it's gonna heading lower, or if the dollar index it's gonna break its structure of lower highs and lower lows and move higher, then we're gonna look to trade accordingly the majors. Okay, so on the intraday yesterday, actually I was out of my office. I wasn't looking for setups yesterday on the intraday for the Aussie, for the euro, for the sterling, and but I was looking at the end of the day to see if there are some tradable opportunities on the daily chart. I didn't find any yet. So Australian dollar against the US dollar, price makes higher highs and higher lows. From the 100% to 0%, the retracement of 61.8%, it's there, and the price yesterday reacted. Now, let me teach you something about how you can, if you want, how to trade either intraday or scalp. There is a little bit of misunderstanding and misconception about what is a scalping and what is an intraday trading. I mean, I can scalp on the hourly time frame. Depends on the meaning you are, depends on what's the definition of the word scalping for you. Okay, now people, they say you scalp only on the 1 minute, on the 5-minute chart, and then you do intraday on the 15 minutes, 4 hour, and all this stuff. Okay, what happened if you identified an opportunity like this one here? Try to pay attention, please, just for a couple of minutes, because really that's all what trading is at the end of the day. Okay, it's to find few tradable opportunities, to take them, make some good reward to risk, and pretty much that's it. So price makes higher highs and higher lows, and every time it makes a new high, we expect a retracement to buy. That's all. So price made a high. The possible retracement was around 50 and 61.8%, but the 61.8% was aligned with the previous swing high. So I kept that on the chart. Now, if I want to find a high probability opportunity and to try and interact with the market, I will be watching on the 15-minute or the hourly chart this level here, the 61.8. You see, guys, that's the 61.8. Here it is. So on the hourly chart, after this, during the New York session, if you were trading, after the market made this bearish engulfing, rejected this resistance here. That was clearly resistant on a hourly chart, but we said we trade a higher time frame. We are executing on a lower time frame. So at this point here, the price rejected the 61.8 and it was a high probability trade. Now, for how long? That's the question. For the price to just move to the next level, or for the price to give you a good reward to risk. I mean, it's all about probabilities at the end of the day. Or on the 15-minute chart, it was a very, very well-defined hammer price action here. You see, what is the hammer? And how we identified a high probability hammer. First, it has to be printed at support. Always it has to have a lower highs and lower lows from previous candle, and it has to appear after a downtrend. Here it's a downtrend, and we want the wick to be at least twice the size of the candle. Okay, so simple as that. You find this price action at support after a downtrend, usually not after a consolidation, but after a downtrend, and it has a high probability. It's a high probability setup. Now, if you can squeeze 2 to 1 out of that, that's awesome. It doesn't need to be on a 5-minute chart. It can be on a 15-minute chart. It can be on an hourly time frame, as long as you know what you are looking for. Now, I always say the same thing to the people we have one-on-one private coaching, that guys, all the time you need to do your analysis on the daily chart, or sorry, on a higher time frame, regardless in which is the higher time frame for you. That's something we identified on a coaching. And then before you go on the time frame you will execute, before even you look at the time frame you will execute, you know which direction you are looking to buy. You don't go to your 15-minute chart, if that's your time frame that you execute the trade, to do market analysis there. People, they do that a lot because they don't know how to move around with time frame correlation and how else they name it. It's time frame correlation and top-down analysis, and that's why they start looking the lower time frame to find opportunities. Okay, and I see many people that on this webinar from our YouTube channel that we do one-on-one private coaching, and those people now, they might laughing. I mean, it's so clear for most of them that when they take trades, it's now they are more confident, things make sense, but it's something we have to sit down and work. At some point, trading, it's a skill. Not at some point, trading, it's a skill. Successful trading, I would say, or high probability trading, not general trading. A high probability trading, it's a skill that you need to learn it. And in order to learn it, you need to sit down with the proper person. Maybe you don't resonate with my trading personality, and that's okay. You can find somebody else. But if you like what I show you here, how I approach the market, and you struggle a little bit in your trading, it's worth to contact me. We sit on one-on-one private coaching, and I will sort out things for you. That's all what it takes. Okay. Now, everything is optional. Nothing personal. Okay. Let's move on. Next one, Euro US dollar. Some questions here. Someone asked, how do we contact you? I will bring this screen. So you go to Trading Live, okay, and where is that now? For those they are watching us on Trading Live website, you can click, where is that? About, here at the end. You go on my profile, MarketMinds Mastery, about, scroll down, business email. Here is the email. Feel free to send an email, and that's it. And yeah, some questions. Nick said I will prefer 9:30. Nick asked a um, very good question. Do volumes matter when identified in a hammer, or are they irrelevant? Um, Guys, let's make it clear with the volume indicators. Let's say on MetaTrader or TradingView, the volumes we have are tick volumes. Okay, because the markets, each broker gives their data on the chart. So the volume, it's based on the clicks. Most of the volumes are based on the clicks. For example, if we isolate this candle here within a daily time frame, this candle here moved at the end. It moved from here where I point. It went all the way up, then it moved down, then it moved down here. So again, it started from here, it moved all the way up, it moved down there, and it closed there. So there were many clicks took place on this one here. So that's the volumes we see on our MetaTrader or TradingView or um, any other trading platforms. Okay, the volume we see um, on the stock charts are different than the volume. There we see the clear buying and selling pressure, but on the currencies, I don't look the volume that much. One of the indicators really I like to use, and that's just a parenthesis, is the on balance volume, because it just shows you a kind of trend or non-trend activity. Okay, it's how much money they flow on the security at any given moment. Okay, that's what this indicator means. So next one, how do you think of gold? We will do analysis on gold. How many months do you, Joseph asked, how many months do you use for your mentorship? What do you mean, how many months do I use? There are, you can do as many as you want or as less as you want at any given moment. Finley, so we use volume to confirm the trend? Yes, that's correct. So euro US dollar price makes higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. It's still in an uptrend. And remember the conversation we have yesterday. Actually, okay, not the conversation. Basically, I was the only one who was talking here, but you were sending your messages, so we will call it as a conversation. Okay, so based on the conversation we had yesterday, we said that yeah, we might gonna see a sell-off from here. We don't know if this is gonna be the beginning of the trend of a new downtrend, because a new downtrend will be confirmed after some time. But the first sign we might see on a new downtrend, it's a break of a previous swing low. We haven't seen a break below this low point here, therefore we can't talk about any downtrend yet. Now, after everyone is expert after the price move, everyone when it looks at the past, it can think what trades they missed, what trades they didn't take. They can say, why I took this trade to the downside. Market was so much bullish, but the time they took this trade to the downside, this one here, they saw that, oh my god, look, the market, it was so bullish, so it's time for correction, so it's going to move lower somewhere right here, or maybe this is a false breakout. So they were reading the market based on what they wanted to trade, or based on what they want it to happen. You don't read the market based on your wishes. You read the market based on the market information. You don't read the market to confirm some of your thoughts. You read the market to see what the market is doing and trade what you see. All right. So at this point here, we are in an uptrend. There are no sign or evidence for a downtrend, at least from the day on the daily chart. If you check the 15-minute chart, of course, you're going to see a downtrend here, or the hourly chart. It's more clear on the hourly chart. So at this point, guys, I'm still looking for some here. It's a nice support area at this point. I'm still looking to see if the price will stay above this support. Maybe a kind of double bottom here, because we don't have a trend line to draw. There is no trend line here because it cannot be defined by 4 points. Many people, again, I see traders, and especially I see when we sit on coaching, they start drawing the trend lines. However, they draw the trend lines, which is fine, and they start reading the market based on what they think a trend line is. But really, you need to learn how to draw a trend line and what a trend line means and when to use it. So in a market that I cannot draw a trend line to see if this move to the downside ended, then I want to see a kind of double bottom. I want to see if it's not make a double bottom, at least a higher highs and higher lows, so I can draw a trend line, something. Okay. At this point here, I'm staying on the sidelines, waiting to see what's going to happen. Euro against the pound against the US dollar. Remember, yesterday we said that this is a very, very interesting setup. It looks like it's not the highest probability setup, and I said if we're going to take this trade to the downside, because there are some strong factors that price is at resistance, and price, yes, printed a dodgy candle, but there is also a chance that because the market is in a strong uptrend, this dodgy candle, the yesterday's price action, to open something like this, move a bit lower and bam, break to the upside, because the current momentum is to the upside. So we said if we're going to take this trade, we might want to reduce the trade size. Okay. So it was a good trade. Now people who took this trade, they might be thinking, until when we stay in a trade, or this trend line, this upward trend line, has been broken now. So did a new downtrend started? And the answer to this question is no, a new downtrend is not present yet. The first sign that the downtrend it might start, it's the break of an important trend line. That's one we have here. And again, this I will explain it with so much detail on the course. And the second thing we need to see is the price move below the recent swing low and create a lower low. Unless we see that, guys, there is no trend line. There is no downtrend. It can be something else, but for sure it's not a downtrend. Okay. Next one, New Zealand US dollar. Yesterday it held. We have two closes above this broken resistance, so I'm not gonna argue with the definition of a valid break of the resistance, of an important resistance. So this now will act as support. And guess what? If price will come back and close below this support without any effort from the buyers to defend this 0.61183 area, it means that this level now lost its significance. Okay. Next one, USD Canadian dollar price. The final target, to be honest, it was this one here, around 1.35630. what gonna happen at this point here, I don't know. I want to see the price closes below for 2 consecutive days. If we're gonna see that, I will be happy to mark the next support. That's this one here. And actually it's the S1. And why I will be happy to mark it, because if there's going to be a bounce to the upside and upward move, I will be use it for some short position. So that's going to be something I will keep an eye on next week. USD CHF, and again, that was something as well you could scalp yesterday. You find a strong support on resistance on a higher time frame, and you go on a lower time frame. You just wait patiently for a price action reversal. Here it wasn't any clear price action reversal, to be honest, but it showed a couple of candles rejection, and we could take a low risk trade, a low size trade to take advantage of that. Okay. USD JPY, I'm still waiting. Price makes lower highs and lower lows, so this is in a downtrend, but now um, we should break below the support. Now price is above the support. It's a bit unclear. Okay, but the fact that this market, based on the market structure, it makes lower highs and lower lows, we can't take it away. Okay, exactly. We need to be patient. From Sarah. Jaden said there is no reversal yet. Spencer said it looks like trying to retest. Continue selling. Absolutely. Laura said that market is moving to that support as there is liquidity. Yep. Terror said I'm waiting for an entry here too. Rumen, good morning. DAX and question mark. We analyzed the DAX earlier, and again, for those who join us here, because I see more people this time, I would like to ask you guys, I'm thinking to do the webinars starting at 9:15 instead of 9 a.m. That's so if we talk in terms of London time, I'm saying that it's going to be either, now we are at 7 a.m. London time, so I'm thinking to start them at 7:15 London time, or 7:30. I'm not sure about 7:30. I'm more towards 7:15. Will that be better for you? Yes, I mean, that's correct, Alfred. I mean 15 minutes from our usual time. If I start the webinars 15 minutes after our usual time, is it okay with you? Slowly we will increase the time of the stream. I'm just yes, Rumen, 7:15 UK time. Okay, we continue with the it's okay. Okay, guys, look, we're gonna find the um we're gonna find the solution, because anyhow, when I start the webinars at the current time, let's say at 7 a.m. UK time, until all you guys join and until the live streams they connect and all this stuff, we spend about 6 to 8 minutes. So instead of spending these minutes to try and hosted by the network, it's better to start the webinar 5 minutes later. Okay, we will see. Okay, anyhow, now we are on 9:37, so we're gonna still be around at the same time. Everyone asks if we will increase the time, the length of this webinar. Do you guys want to see analysis on all currency pairs? Are they so interesting to you? That's why you want them. You want more time on the webinars. That that's good. Something I have to think about that because um, I really have to plan it, everything. I have also other trading obligations throughout the morning. I do analysis, I bring out analysis and many other stuff. So time it's a little bit limited in general. Pound JPY. Price is in an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. An area of support marked earlier this week. This point here. Price yesterday tried to create a new low, then it create a new high. It closes within the previous candle's body. So now we do expect to see some more continuation to the upside. But again, that's not the strongest trend. Let's check for any divergences. There are some lower highs here and some higher highs on the price. Okay, so we keep an eye on that, maybe on the lower time frames rather than on the daily chart. We're going to get some clarity. Let's see on the 4-hour chart if we can draw a trend line. Yes, that was the low, lower than this low. So yeah, that trend line is valid. And okay, nice price break outside of this trend line. So if the price, keep an eye on this one today, if the price stays above this this trend line here, then we might see some continuation to the upside. Okay, guys. Next one, it's the Euro JPY on the daily chart. Price made a lower low, so it break the structure. Actually, it's a tricky one because we had a series of higher highs here and price made this. So this one here, it's not a new trend, but what we call it's a failure swing. It's a failure swing. Up. So a failure swing, again, it's a sign of market weakness, and maybe we're going to see market reverse at this point, which will be really interesting. So let's see what's going to happen here. Now we have clarity at least. So maybe we can draw a channel. Yes, we can. We connect. To draw a channel, you need 4 points to be connected, and you need to be accurate. You once it touched the first one, and you see that the following one interact also with the return line, it's a good thing. Okay, next one, New Zealand JPY. Price made a higher high yesterday. This candle here didn't form yet, didn't complete. It's a daily chart. The last trade I had, it was the Euro New Zealand. I will end the webinar with this one. So what did we identify based on our based on the way I teach how to read the market, and we identified that it was a a failure swing that could have been started a new downtrend, plus the bend of some fundamentals events based on the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. They were about to keep interest rates and change, and based on lately how the Kiwi performed, we initiate a trade, and we share this trade on the Telegram channel. You can join the Telegram channel as well. It's not that it's a popular channel, it's just to try and keep everyone accountable on your trading, guys. So here is it was a pretty much a bearish engulfing. The way I read the market is bearish and bullish engulfing based on my definitions. So we initiate the trade here with a stop loss above this high, this one here. So entry was there, stop loss was there, price moved, the potential price move, it was for a 4-to-1 reward to risk, but we closed the trade, oh sorry, it was somewhere there, we closed the trade yesterday on 2.25 reward to risk. So it was a 3 days trade, 1, 2, 3 days. On the third we close. Now, and here is the thing, if some people, they trying to go, they take 20 trades within a week and they make 2%, or if you take one trade then you make 2%, at the end of the day is, unless you are the personality you want to trade, I mean to execute trades, that's totally fine, absolutely fine. And if you have the time to do that, that's also important. But for me, having so many different obligations around trading, it's a bit hard every single day to look for intraday setups. So the daily charts, they work pretty well. So I need to monitor the charts for a couple of times a day. And again, that's something that we teach on the private coaching as well. Okay, because every personality, every person has a different trading personality, and we build strategies around each person. A strategy that works for me, it might not work for you, or a strategy that it works really well for you, it might not work for me. And again, because I see more people, they join us now, in case you need to contact me, guys, please go to my to the channel here, click about, scroll down here, it's an email, you can send me an email. If you want to join our I don't have the Telegram channel here. Anyway, you can follow us on YouTube or TradingView, wherever. I'm not fussy with that. I mean, I'm not trying to build the how you say, to become a YouTuber or something. I'm purely a trader and an analyst. But again, little support on the channels, it helps if it's not a problem, an issue for you. So saying that, I would like to wish to everyone to have a fantastic day ahead. Here on MarketMinds Mastery, we love keep empowering and adding value to your trading. And yep, guys, have a lovely weekend, take some rest, and we're going to be back on chart again on Monday, maybe at 9:15. I will think about that. Okay, so have a nice day, guys, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye for now.